Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Pride Podcast, episode 378 on the Blue Wire Network. I'm Malcolm. What's up, man?
Yo, what did we just witness just
I
now?
don't know. I don't know.
Whoa, what a game. Whoa! That's what I'm talking about. This type of game you like, man. You like these tough, games where it's really close and win by a field goal or lose by a field goal. This is the type of game you like. You saw it. You how'd you feel?
Where do I start? I like. Okay, we're gonna get into this game. It was a good, amazing game, great game,
Amazing game.
like just to watch, whatever, right? Like just a great watch. It was as good as it gets. NFC North, Lions, Packers, two very good teams battling it out on Thursday Night Football. It's great. Okay, we'll get into that. I gotta talk about the end of the game.
You're talking about the end of the game? I mean, shit. I mean, go ahead. But there was a lot of the game.
Well, okay. The literal second to last play before the end of the game.
Let's go. Let's talk about it.
4th and 1. Okay.
Oof.
You already in field goal range, right? It's about a 39-yard field goal. Packers have 0 timeouts. You would be up 3 if Bates hits this field goal.
Yeah, you will.
Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell.
The ball's the size of the Grand Canyon.
We are rolling. I'm like, I don't think this is like one of those take a false start, or you can't call a timeout. It's not like one of those things you could just get the jump. You couldn't call it back-to-back timeout to be a penalty.
Yeah. The only thing they could have done is let the clock run and get a false start.
Yeah, but then you're taking 5 yards back. But that's even that wouldn't make sense. So I'm like,
Dan was rolling. He was going.
I'm like, we're actually gonna snap this ball because you can't call a timeout. I'm like, this is they can't call a timeout, and they have to snap the ball.
Yeah,
and he went for it. It worked out. I'm just curious to hear your thoughts on it, though. Like, do you think that's the right call?
You live by it, you die by it, bro. You know what the thing is that he kind of knew his situation. He knew he's banged up on defense. He did not want to give the ball to the Packers, even if it was 40 seconds and they had 0 timeouts, because the chances of them getting a long pass and getting in field goal range, it could happen. It could happen. Or, who knows? They throw a ball up in the air and a penalty happens. And now they're in the 20-yard line. And now they're going to score to win the game. So there's a lot of chances, a lot of dumb shit, a lot of crazy shit could have happened in that 40 seconds if you give them the ball back. I mean, worst case scenario, if Dan Campbell went for it and they did not get it, guess what? Game goes to overtime. And then you have a new game, just got to win in overtime. But,
well, no, that's not.
Anything could happen in overtime, is what I'm saying.
But that's not true. It doesn't go to overtime automatically because the same shit, just what you just said happens at that point because they have 30 seconds and they're at the Lions.
But they're
they're on 30. Sorry.
Yeah. So
same as a touchback, basically.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I don't hate it, bro. I don't hate it because you're taking the ball away from them if you do get it, and you're guaranteeing yourself a field goal. If you make it, you win. If you miss it, then overtime. But I don't hate it. What the one I do hate though is the one that he was on his 30-yard line and went for it. I hated that. I hated that one more than the end of the game one.
Yeah, you see, I'm the opposite. I honestly, I don't mind the Lions 4th and 1. I'm usually pretty confident they can convert it on a 4th and 1, and I understand that. So that's why I honestly, even when they were on their own 30, I know he's going to get a lot of shit for that. They didn't get it. You give the Packers beautiful field position. It didn't work out, right? I understand why people get mad at that. I honestly was not mad at that at the time, though. It worked.
I wasn't really mad at it either. I mean, but I was saying if I had to look at both of those situations and which one disgusted me more, I would say that one.
This one, I can't lie to you. I'm the complete opposite. I think this one right here, the end of the game one, is just wow, what are we doing here? That was just crazy stuff because you have the game in your, you have the game pretty much already won. You feel confident with Jake Bates kicking a 39-yard field goal, 40-yard field goal, whatever it is, right? And the Packers have 0 timeouts. And I understand the whole thought process. You don't want to see the Lions defense on the field. I actually made a tweet. Run this ball out, kill this clock, kill the Packers timeouts, and let's not see the Packers offense back on the field. I understand that. I was more than comfortable enough though, and I think a lot of people were too. Is like if you give the Packers, I don't know, 36 seconds, right? No timeouts, and they have to go. They have to convert a couple big plays with no timeouts. Like, I feel pretty confident the defense could get a stop in that scenario. It worked. It worked. I don't
It
agree with
worked.
the call. I don't agree with the call though.
It
I'm not gonna lie.
worked. And I'm telling you right now, if we would have gave the Packers the ball and they would have, something crazy would have happened. We would have all been sick to our stomachs. Imagine they would have got the ball back and he throws the ball up and then, like I said, pass interference. And then now they're on the 20. And then
What if you don't? What if you don't convert the fourth down? I'd be more sick at
if
that
you
than
don't,
that.
yeah, we'll be sick too. We'll be sick too. But I think
and they didn't convert one of them already this game.
Yeah.
Same situation. I know it was on the other side of the field, but same thing, 4th and 1. So it's not like I know you feel confident, but it's not a gimme.
It's not a gimme. It's not a gimme. If that just shows the balls, yeah. I mean, but if you look at this game, what was his percentage? He was what? I think he ended at 4 for 5. 4 for 5.
I think so.
He took the odds. He took the odds. I mean, they've been converting all game. They had one that got stopped, but majority of the time they've been converting. And he trusts his offense more than he trusts his defense, which I get in this situation. And tip my hat to his defense because they played their ass off. You look at the score, you're probably like, oh, they gave up a lot of points. But shit, for the guys who's out there, I mean, that whole defensive line in that second half, none of those guys started in the beginning of this year with us. Like on the the starting roster, like they wasn't there. Pat O'Connor, like we're playing with all these guys, and then that are definitely like they're brand new. So I mean, I don't hate it. It worked, especially it worked. I definitely don't hate it because it worked. It worked. I mean, shit, it just shows that has the balls of the Grand Canyon. He has the balls of the size of the United States of America. He just has a very large set of balls, and to go for that, I mean, shit.
This guy is truly one of a kind. There's like aggressive. This is a different animal. This guy this is something we've never seen before.
This is like you give like a kid the controller on Madden and say, all right, go ahead and play.
I don't even think a kid in Madden does that. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, if you just play straight lobby ball,
I don't even think a kid in Madden does that. I really don't.
To go for every fourth down, they don't know the difference. Shit, go for it.
This guy is truly one of a kind. He's truly we have never seen. We've seen aggressive. This is because I know analytics told you not to go for that. I don't know what the hell is worked. It worked.
Damn it, it worked. That's why we can't hate it. This is him.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, oh, it's because we don't have a kicker or this and that. Never in the past, anybody say that's the reason why he's going for it.
No.
That's Dan Campbell. That's who he is. We all accepted it.
Yeah, I'm all like in for the aggressiveness. I'm all in for that, but like, I don't know if I'm ready for that much. Like I didn't know there was another gear level to this. This was another gear, dude. They went up another level. Yeah.
I mean,
I thought we were already at max. I thought we were already OD'd on the.
I don't know. I mean, you don't know if you ever see him in a play like in a playoff game, Super Bowl. He might do some shit like this. You never know. Then he could say it's like another gear. I don't know.
Like I thought we already reached max level. I didn't know there was another gear, level.
I think we haven't seen his final form yet.
And we haven't seen. You're saying there's more.
Yeah, we haven't seen his final form yet.
You're saying there's more. Oh my god!
I think there's another level. I think there's another level with Dan Campbell.
And the crazy part is the play before you got stopped on 3rd and 1.
Yeah.
Like you could have like hypothetically that was best case scenario. You pick up that 3rd and 1, you ice the clock, and then you send out Bates and he kicks the game-winning field goal. Normal, right? Normal stuff. But okay, they stop us, right? They're like, all right, whatever. Packers can get the ball with 30-something seconds left. It's they have 0 timeouts. No, Dan said, no, they're not touching this fucking ball. We're gonna end this game ourselves. And
yeah,
he did it. Wow.
Let's flip this around. Let's say that we're Packers fans. You're a Packers fan. You're watching the game, and you're expecting your team to get the ball back.
Yeah.
What do you feel? How do you feel knowing that Dan Campbell went for it is like?
I mean, in the moment, you're not optimistic either way. I don't feel like because either you're going to get this ball back with 30 some seconds, no timeouts, and you're down 3. Or like I would probably, if I'm a Packers fan, I would say I'd probably prefer with the Lions did is send out that unit. Maybe we get a stop and pretty much either win this game now or go to overtime.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because you're playing against a team that's probably the most penalized secondary in the NFL as far as like our cornerbacks.
Yeah,
and we seen it last week.
Yeah.
Where what's it called? Just threw a yeet. He just threw a yeet ball, and they got a pass interference, and then they were right there to 20. But it wasn't for their team fucking up. They were out of field goal range, and we saw what the Bears did. But that's a sketchy situation too. I mean, shit. I'm happy for the results. We won, man. That's all.
I'm happy we won the game. Yeah. All right. Let's get to the actual game itself now. We talked about the end of the game, which is just absolutely bonkers. But
Crazy.
Hey, man, we're 12. Hey, I just want to say before we get into this game, actually, we're 12. We're 12-1 right now.
12-1.
You are 4-0 in the division right now. You just swept the Green Bay Packers.
Get the fuck out of here, Packers.
A very, very, very crucial game to winning the NFC North, and then secondly, potentially hosting the playoffs at Ford Field throughout the whole way until you get to Louisiana for the Super Bowl.
This is great. I feel we made a lot of people sick right now. A lot of people. We made the Packers sick. We made the Vikings sick. We made the Eagles sick. Like all their whole family, we fucked up 3 fan bases all at once in one game. Yeah. This is awesome. This is great.
Yeah, I mean, I know I was like, okay, hold on. Let me claim my thoughts real quick. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place right now.
So on the Dan Campbell.
I am just all over the place right now. But this game to me, I don't know why. Like I was always optimistic and confident that this is a Super Bowl built team and like they could win this thing this year, right? Like I was always confident that. I don't know why today just kind of like we're doing it now. It's not like I think we could do it. We're doing this damn thing now. And like I don't know what it was. Today completely sold me today that they're doing it. Like it's not even a thought anymore. They're just doing it.
Yeah, I mean, look at who we had on defense today.
It's unbelievable, man. They threw out.
We lost to Lee McNeil.
I know, that's even crazier. We lost to Lee McNeil early in that game.
Lost to Lee McNeil early in the game, and then your guys. I mean, now you're leading on Pat O'Connell and Broderick Martin. And
Pat O'Connor balled out though, man.
He sure did.
I'm gonna give him his flowers, man. But
is Smith balled out? Shit, Muhammad balled out.
Yeah, he had a big moment at the end of the game, Muhammad. But I mean, I don't know, man. Today just like today convinced me. We're like it's not like oh we could do this or we're the favorites. No, like they're gonna win it. It's just like I'm completely sold. They won the Super Bowl already. Like they won it. They're winning it this year. It is. It's like it convinced me. Today they're winning it. Okay. Let's talk about this Lions offense. Malcolm,
what's up?
What'd you see from this Lions offense today? Encouraged?
What I saw from this Lions offense today is that you can't take everything away. And we saw that. You can't take everything away. I mean, even they tried taking away Amon-Ra St. Brown, man. We had other guys step up. Tim Patrick. What's up? Tim Patrick had a day. Timmy P, man. Tim Patrick stepped up today. And J-Mo. You had another big game from J-Mo, man. Like, these guys, you can't take away everything. We just have too many weapons. We knew that. We talked about that all year long. You try to take away one thing, then you're going to get beat by another thing. And they showed it that they're dynamic, man. This is a dynamic team, man. This is a Super Bowl winning Super Bowl team right here. This is a Super Bowl contending team right here. This is not a playoff contending team. Can we get to the playoffs? This is not that type of bullshit that we had in the past. Like, oh, can we get to the playoffs with this team? No, this is a Super Bowl contending team right here. Super Bowl contending team.
Okay, I'm sorry to go back to the Dan Campbell, but all right, I'm just curious. What's more riskier? Dan Campbell when he did in that final play, or you're playing blackjack and you hit on a 20? I saw this comment. I'm like, I actually don't know. That's like the equivalent of hitting on a 20.
Oh, man, hitting the 20 is harder, man. Come on, man. No, Dan Campbell, he calculated that move. It worked, and we got the damn win. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Bro, don't tell me that's not like that's close. That's a good comparison. It's a good. I saw that comment. That's a great analogy. That's like hitting on a 20 in blackjack. That's crazy. And he did it, and he worked, and it won the game. That's. I mean, oh, okay. I'm sorry. I saw the comment. I had to mention it. It was too funny not to bring up. But yes, that is like damn near hitting on a 20. But back to this Lions offense. You're absolutely correct, man. We've seen it a couple of times. I feel like that some teams are really emphasizing Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think Houston was another one of those teams that really put an emphasis on Amon-Ra St. Brown. And hey, man, I'm gonna give props to the Green Bay Packers a little bit. I know the Lions had their way of scoring, but like you said, man, it's just impossible to take out everybody. There's just too many guys. You have this dynamic backfield with Monty and Gibbs, and then you have these dynamic receivers with Amon-Ra St. Brown, and you're seeing Sam Laporta get a little more involved now. I think especially the last 2 to 3 weeks, you're seeing Laporta get himself more involved, and he's getting himself looking like how he did last year in that passing game. And like you said, man, shout out to Timmy P, man. Tim Patrick, 2 touchdowns, absolutely big plays, got a big first down on that final drive as well. It's coming a big security blanket for Goff, and is giving me a lot of vibes of what Josh Reynolds offered for this team last year. Yep. He's giving me those exact vibes right now. He is filling in that role perfectly so far. But yeah, it's just like you said, man, there's just too many guys. But, for the most part, like Green Bay tried to take out our playmakers. They tried to take out Amon-Ra, which is a smart idea, but it's just like, man, we're going to find someone else to get the ball if you do try to do that. So, yeah, I mean, today was good. They got back on track. I felt like every time they needed a score, they marched down there and got a score, bailed out the defense. The only time where it kind of felt a little worrisome was the start of the second half, right? You have a 10-point lead, 17-7. Green Bay gets the ball to start the half. They have a nice encouraging drive. They get a touchdown really quickly. And then Goff throws an interception. You're like, uh-oh, here we go. And then after that, I think the offense really locked in and didn't really mess around. It felt like every single drive, I might be wrong, but it felt like every drive they scored at least. It felt like a touchdown every drive at that point. Maybe I'm wrong, but it felt like after the interception, I can't think of like an empty drive.
I think
or the fourth down, actually, they turnover on downs. That's
yeah. But Goff went on a streak after that interception. I think he had 13 straight completions after that. There was some wild number like that, but That's a great. That's Goff. One of his strengths is that he has a very short memory of he fucks up and then he'll come back and try to shake it off and ball out. But yeah, that was a great game for that offense, man. They really held it down for the defense that were banged up, and we got the dub.
Yeah, I mean the offense didn't do anything like particularly sexy. Like there was no like really crazy big plays. No. Like Ben Johnson in his bag, I'd say type plays, or like, flea flickers, something like that. Like it was a lot of just kind of given what was there, right? Like a lot of screen passes with Gibbs and Monty, a lot of the short passing game with Laporta, Tim Patrick a little bit as well. Like it wasn't anything crazy. They just kind of took their first downs, kept marching on the field, and then just got in the end zone. And hey, I mean, if it's there and they're giving it to you, it's like, okay, we'll take it. And this was probably the most this year I've seen the Lions really utilize the screen game and get their running backs involved in the passing game a lot. Love the play call a lot to end the first half. The Jahmyr Gibbs Texas angle route in the end zone. Love that play.
That was great. That was a great play.
I felt like it was a perfect time to call that. Fourth down, big play. Jahmyr Gibbs frees himself, and I love that play, man. I wish the Lions did a little bit more because I think Gibbs on a Texas route is just dynamic. It just gives me like Christian McCaffrey vibes or Alvin Kamara when he first came into the league. Like when you put those guys on the Texas route, man, they could run for a long day.
Yeah. It actually gave me a lot of Theo Riddick vibes. Remember when we used to have Theo Riddick?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
those are good. But it's more dynamic with the Gibbs because his speed.
Exactly. So I mean, yeah, they took advantage, and like you're talking about, they pretty much just took advantage of what the defense gave them. So a lot of plays that was in front of the defense because the Packers were playing to have everything in front of them. Limited deep ball, put everything in front of them. So the Lions, they just, all right, the back is covered. Let me just dump it off. So that's what they did, and we just, took our dink and dunks and went down the field. Sometimes that's what you got to do to win.
Yeah.
and they were successful doing that today.
I know, like, sometimes it gets past us just because it's not the sexy thing, but this offensive line is unbelievable, man. And even without Taylor Decker, man, we have to give flowers to Dan Skipper, dude. Like what he is doing right now. I mean, stepping in
Skip,
at left tackle,
skip.
protecting Goff's blind spot versus a pretty damn good pass rush. You know, they have been really, really effective at getting the quarterback since they made that trade at the deadline, trading away Preston Smith, going to more of their younger guys like Rashawn Gary, Quay Walker, Lucas Van Ness, who ended up tweaking again an injury in that game. But you know, a pass rush has been pretty good since the trade of Preston Smith. And I know we love this offensive line and we're really confident in them every single week. But man, even when they have an injury, they're finding ways to win. And I said in the pregame show, man, um, I think coming into the season, like if one of these tackles were to miss a game or two, like you would be really concerned because we didn't know about the depth of this tackle depth. But Dan Skipper now, this is his third start of the season at left tackle, and I think all three of them. Not to say that he's been Taylor Decker level, but really just solid, man. Just getting the job done and not looking like a missing piece on the offensive line. Like if you weren't a Lions fan and you didn't know the injury report, you wouldn't be able to tell the Lions were missing their starting left tackle in this game. You
No,
just
probably
wouldn't.
not.
You wouldn't
No,
be
you
able to
probably
tell. I mean, Dan
no.
Skipper, Panay Sewell, Ragnow, Glasgow, Zeitler, all of them deserve their flowers, man. What they're doing right now is absolutely unbelievable. And them being able to keep a clean pocket is able why this Lions offense could do what they could do right now. So shout out to this Lions offensive line, man. Another phenomenal game for them.
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, you talked a lot about Dan Skipper. Yeah, he plays solid. He plays solid, and you can tell he's an experienced vet, and that's what he brings to the team, and that's why they keep keeping him around because he's an experienced vet, and if something were to happen, you can plug him in.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you're, you know, trusting a backup, right, in any position, it's just play smart, don't be a hero, and don't commit stupid penalties. Skip committed the one penalty in the first quarter. After that, didn't hear his name, and that's usually a very good sign for an offensive line. If you're not hearing the guy's name, it's usually a very, very good sign. So, like, he's just been very steady there, man. You feel okay when he's out there. It's not like, oh, shit, Decker's not playing. What are we going to do? And I think coming into the season, I would be like that. And when we had to do with the Houston game, I'm like, man, I think you have to move Panay to the left side and switch this whole operation around a little bit, you know, move Skip to the right. But no, man, they really stuck to their guns and said, hey, we feel confident with Skip to protect Goff's blind spot. And like I said, man, just been very, very steady. So shout out to Dan Skipper, man. One of my favorite guys on this football team, honestly. Just with everything connected with him, his story, and how long he's been here. I think Al Michael said he's been cut and rejoined this team, I think, 4 different times. So it's just
he's been with us for a while.
Just an unbelievable story for Skip. I think he's gone through 3 coaching staffs. Was here with Caldwell, Patricia, and obviously Campbell now. So shout out to Skip, man. He just, like I said, very, very steady out there. So
you know what I think what made him better as a player is that we utilize him a lot in the offense. So even when Taylor Decker's out there, he still gets a lot of reps offensively as a tight end and as an extra blocker. Yeah. So I think that prepped him to be on the field and blocking and all that stuff. I think that helped him and made him better as a tackle. So yeah, man, shout out to Dan Skipper.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's a big guy too. Like that's a guy you probably think he's more of like a.
He's like 6'7".
Yeah, he's a big guy, dude. He's a big guy, man. I remember a couple of years ago he was starting at guard for us because we had a lot of injuries.
Yeah, I remember.
That was unbelievable.
But and man, you saw he pulled out a page from LeBron's book and flopped and called that flag.
Yeah, I did.
Oh man. Shit! He like dove to like he got shot the way he fell. Just bam! Threw himself to the ground. Shit.
But shout out to this offense, man. Like when they really needed them today, they answered every call, man. I mean, this was a game we came into knowing we had a bunch of injuries on the defensive side of the ball, and they knew they had to carry the load a little bit more this week. And that's absolutely what they did today, man. They absolutely carried the load and won this game. And it was a tough, gritty game, division opponent. That's really big time stuff. That's big time stuff, man. That game goes a really far way, man. It really does.
Really, really tough game. And another person I want to talk about is, other than that really crazy interception that golf through, which was really bad read. I mean, he just let the ball go way too early. I think Golf played great, man. Other than that crazy ass interception, Golf played pretty good.
Yeah, it was clean. Like I said, nothing sexy, but very clean. Took his dink and doinks. Final drive, made some really big plays. Um, Pretty aggressive play call after the Ragnow hold on that last drive. They hit Amon-Ra St. Brown for, I think, an 18.5-yard gain where, almost got that first down and essentially iced the game. So that was a big-time throw. But, yeah, very clean. Took his shots when he needed to take them and pretty much made every throw. I mean, outside, like you said, the very bad read at the interception. Other than that, like, there wasn't really what the F golf those. They were really clean, efficient. And even him, like, he probably got bailed. He probably got robbed a little bit. He should have had a better completion percentage. I think that one of Laporta dropped. Like, that was a bad one. Like, there was a couple of them I think you could look back at and say, hey, maybe Goff's completion percentage should have been even a little better in this game.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad drop by Laporta.
Yeah, that would have been a big play. Got a first down, pretty big 15, 16-yard chunk. So, yeah, that was bad. All right. Let's flip gears now. Defensive side of the ball, Aaron Glenn. Obviously, a lot to talk here with all these guys that were out there, but, like, what's the main takeaway from watching that defensive performance today?
I mean, if we could beat a good team. This is a playoff team. This is a team that we're playing against the Packers, and the Packers is probably in any other division. They're probably leading the division right now. When prior to this game, they're 8-3. Now they're 8-4. But prior to this game, you're looking at who we had out there, and if we're able to beat and get stops with the talent he had on the field today, like in the first half, they were putting so much pressure on Jordan Love that Jordan Love could barely do anything. Like I don't know how he's doing it. I don't know how Aaron Glenn is doing it, but he's really getting the best out of these guys. Doesn't matter who he's putting on the field. That these guys are going out there and they're giving it 1,000%. Whatever he's doing, it's working. And if we can get the best out of these guys, this is why I say that we're a Super Bowl contending team, and I do see us going to Super Bowl, because if we can win with these guys, once we get healthy and more of our guys come back, it's gonna be a wrap, man, for a lot of these teams, man. But just this game itself, I mean, they did a great job. I'm happy with those guys.
That's my main point where I said I already convinced myself we're winning the Super Bowl is that perspective of it is like you're probably not going to have that many injuries ever again, right? You hope not, at least. I mean, that was damn near the whole defense at that point. Like, I mean,
front seven.
Look at this whole list of guys. Yeah, I mean, I saw this picture, right? I'm like, this could be, if we said this was our starting defense going into the year, I feel like you're like, okay, that's fine. Where's the picture? Right here. This is their IR right now. Aiden Hutchinson, Marcus Davenport, Alex Anzalone, Malcolm Rodriguez, Derek Barnes, Ife Melifonwu, Ennis Rakestraw, and then you had no DJ Reader in this game, Josh Pascal, or Levi Onwuzurike.
The only person that was our starter today that normally starts is Jack Campbell.
Yeah, everybody Aleem got hurt too.
He got hurt. I think somewhere in the first quarter or second quarter.
Yeah, it was early. Yeah,
it was early. Everybody else is brand new. Everybody else. That's what I'm saying. Like, once we get these guys back, man.
Yeah, and it's not like an over-exaggeration. Everyone's new. Like, literally everyone was new. Like, these were guys that were not on your 53-man roster coming to the season. Not one of them. No, Project started in IR. Pat O'Connor started on your practice squad. Jonah Williams, you just picked off the practice. I think LA's practice squad last week on Saturday. You got Quan Alexander from Denver's practice squad yesterday. You got Miles Smith from Seattle's practice squad on Saturday.
Zadarius Smith a few weeks
ago. Yeah, you traded for Zadarius. Aguda, he was on your practice squad. You just elevated him for the game. Al-Qudim Muhammad, you got him earlier in the year from the streets.
the streets.
Yeah, I mean, literally everyone. I mean, Nowaski, you claimed him before the season, I guess. I guess you could say he was a 53-man guy, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, but like, it's crazy, man. And the first half was unbelievable. I mean, Love only had 3 completions, I believe, right? And they were doing a phenomenal job. Second half, I think they kind of figured it out a little bit. They weren't sending as much pressure, but yeah, the way that Aaron Glenn was dialing up that pressure in that first half, it got the Packers a little startled, and they were in a tough situation, and they made it work, man. Second half, obviously, like I said, they figured it out a little bit. Run defense is obviously not as good as it was before, and it made sense. I mean, I know Aaron Glenn's philosophy is first stop in the run, and he's been able to do it with not a lot of talent, but like this was just a different level of not having the same talent, man. Like a lot of these guys have never played with each other, and you could tell, man, there's a lot of miscommunication out there in the defensive line. Like
They still did a great job. They still did a really great job. I mean, I get it. They gave up 3 touchdowns in the red zone. I get it, the goal line. But they held Jacobs, who's one of the best backs in the league, to 66 yards, 3.7 yards per carry. I mean, it's not like he went off and had, like we see in the past, where running backs would get like 200 yards on us or 100. Right. You know what I mean? Right. So even with that, even with our backups defensive line, we still held a really great back to under 100 yards. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, no, and you definitely should be. You definitely should be. I mean, they did a very good job, but it's obviously just not the level of what we expect out of them. But yeah, but that makes sense for who they trotted out there today.
I mean, if we had a regular defensive line, I could see them averaging 1.5 yards per carry.
Yeah,
like
no, you're absolutely right.
You know what I mean?
You're absolutely right.
But with those guys that we have, they did a great job. They still held them under 100 yards. They did their part. I mean, they limited as much as they could. Unfortunately, you can't completely take them away from the game if they're on the 2-yard line. I mean, he's going to get the 2-yard touchdown.
Right.
I mean, he's a great back. And, you got to tip your head off to that. But as far as like limiting big plays in the running game, they did that. Now you see too many explosives.
And like you said, too, it's like they did this versus a good team, too. It wasn't like they just played one of these AFC South teams right now and, trotted all their backups and stopped them. Like they went up there. It was at home, but you go against a big division game that meant a lot for both teams. And for the most part, man, just did what they had to do. So shout out to those guys. You mentioned him already. Pat O'Connor, I thought was the best of the bunch. I thought he played really well today.
Yeah, that's for the this is for the Philadelphia Eagles fans who always talking shit, saying that we haven't played anybody. Oh, you haven't played anybody. Oh, you're 11-1, but you haven't played anybody. This is for them. We just beat a really good team with our whole defense out. So shit. Laugh at that.
Yeah. No, like it's not an understatement. Like the defense was literally out. The front seven was out.
We're playing with our front seven. The whole front seven's out. And we still came out and found a way to win the game. That's all we have to do is find a way to win the game.
It was so sad. They showed a picture of the IR and they showed the suite. It was Aiden Hutchinson and Alex Anzalone just in the suite chilling right now. It was kind of like, damn, bro. I wish those guys were on the field right now for us.
Yeah, I mean, if we had those guys on the field, the game would have been a lot worse. It would have been it would probably be 34-14. I mean, to be honest with you, we had a regular defense out there. This is what it is. I mean, defense did what they could. They gave up 31 points. They played well, and we won.
Out of the new guys, not counting the guys that have been here, I'll let you throw in a guy like Pat O'Connor too if you want. But like, what guy impressed you the most out of the new guys today?
Oh man, Pat O'Connor was really good. I would have to say Pat O'Connor. Pat O'Connor caught my eye a few times.
That's fair.
Zeke Turner.
Hey, I was going to mention him. Yeah,
he caught my eye a few times. He's the one that picked up the fumble. And Muhammad keeps impressing me. Well, Al-Qadim Muhammad keeps impressing me every week, every time he's out there. I mean, those guys, they're doing good just for their role. Shit, I'm impressed.
Yeah, I might be mistaken, but I think David Long picked up the fumble.
Was it David Long or was it?
Yeah, they both were 40s. I think it was David Long.
Yeah, I think it was David Long. But David Long too.
Yeah, but Turner had the big tackle
On
to Jordan Love
Jordan Love. That's what he did.
on
Yeah,
the
that's
third
right.
down. Yeah, he had the big
That's what he
tackle,
did.
didn't let
That's
him
what he did.
escape and make a play. So that was a big play by Turner.
Those guys, all you guys making plays, man. They came from nowhere.
Yeah, I mean Turner. That's 2 weeks in a row. Man, he was part of that sack. Obviously the crazy play that happened for Chicago last week with Zedarius. He was part of that sack, and then, like you said, that big tackle versus Jordan Love at the end of the game. So yeah, Zeke Turner's been a really solid addition for the squad. For a guy, when you picked him up, probably just thought he was going to be mainly just a special teams guy. He was here to fill in for Reeves Maven's special team spot, and it's really what you expected out of him when he signed him. But now it's like with all these injuries, you kind of asking him to have a role in this defense, and like he doesn't look like he's lost out there. Like he looks like he fits right in, and he makes plays when called upon. Like the only kind of plays that you look back and say, man, you could tell he's new was that Quan Alexander where he just completely was
Oh
looking at the
yeah.
backfield and they let the
Oh
big
yeah,
play.
and coverage. Oh my
I think that was
God.
Tucker Kraft or
Shit.
one of those tight ends. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, he gave a really big play. It wasn't even that big, but he gave a play in coverage. Yeah, he's new, man.
That was the only play though where I feel like you could tell that was like these guys are new to the system. That was
It
the
was
only play
that
really
it was that play, and then in the goal line when they gave up the touchdown when they were kind of lost on
when they were trying
defense.
to do like
Yeah,
substitutions and
yeah,
or
they're
like
trying
they know where to line.
to
Yeah,
get
that
lined
play.
up.
That too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that play too. Yeah, that was a smart play by the Packers. They went tempo, saw the lines were all confused. They didn't know where they were at. So, um, probably didn't have the right personnel out there too. So, yeah, other
yeah.
than that though, like there wasn't really like any glaring holes and saying like, wow, this guy is brand new to this defense. You could tell, right? I think outside those two plays, they played a pretty solid game. And even Jamal Adams, man, like in the beginning of the game, he gets a little bit
I
of
was
a
gonna
job.
ask you about him.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
he didn't get the sack, but I think he was part of the sack. Like he was, I don't,
yeah.
he probably didn't get credit for it, but he was in the backfield and he definitely disrupted the play. I mean, he got burned. I mean, I think we know by this point of his career, Jamal Adams cannot cover. Like that's just something he can't do. And we saw the one play he tried to cover, he got absolutely burned. Um, but I think like as a linebacker and sending him out for blitzes, I think he's very good at that. I mean, that
He's
was his nickname.
fast.
That was his nickname for the longest, Blitz Boy. Just because like he's known as this all pro safety, but all he's good is for is blitzing. Like I'm okay with that. If that's his role
Yeah,
here and he can get in the backfield and you can have him in some certain packages, like it's exciting. I think like you said, he's got some twitch to him. So I don't need Jamal Adams in coverage. I just need him to go after the quarterback every so often when they want to blitz.
yeah. I'm down with it. I mean, he looked nice out there. Other than the play, he got completely burnt. But besides that, I'm down with it.
Yeah, I mean, these guys like are weird, man, because they're all really good players at one point in their career, like Quan Alexander, even
Yeah,
David Long and Jamal Adams. And now they're just like we're throwing these guys in completely different situations now, and we're relying on them big time right now. And like I said,
they're
man,
showing up. They're
they're,
showing up, man.
they're finding ways to make plays, which is awesome, dude. It's pretty sweet to see, man. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think you got anything else out on this defense. I mean, secondary, I think was okay
I,
for the most
I,
part.
I'm just glad that our secondary is healthy.
Yeah.
I think the situation on our defense will be a lot worse if it was the other way around. Like if we were all banged up in our secondary.
Yeah.
And
That would be like last year pretty much, I feel like.
yeah. But those guys are playing well. I mean, I have nothing negative to say about our secondary.
Yeah, Carlton made a huge play, causing the fumble, getting points on that too. So big play by Carlton. What'd you think of the Taron Arnold? You thought it was a pass interference and won the end zone?
That was kind of bullshit, but yeah, I mean, you know how the refs are, man. The refs, they're if you get too handsy, if you put your arms around them, you look like you're hugging them. They're throw a flag.
Yeah. Okay. I think the only thing I have to add on this defense is just the injury report. So Liam exited with a head injury. It wasn't a concussion. They made that clear. And then Brian Branch seems like it was just cramping. So nothing too severe, seems like, with Branch when he came out that game.
Okay.
So pretty good news. I mean, he didn't suffer more injuries on the defense side of the ball. So.
Yeah, we can't afford any more injuries right now, man. Just because you be healthy.
Hopefully, I mean, now we got this mini bye week. Hopefully, we can get a little healthier and get some of these guys back for another huge game next week at Ford Field. We got the Bills 425, so that's gonna be a really good game. That's gonna be really fun to watch. So
Yeah.
All right, let's do our 3 ballers of the week. Oopsie doopsie. And we could call it a night.
All right. You can start with the oopsie doopsie. Do you have one?
I didn't even think about it because I was just so dumbfounded at the end of the game.
Use ready to crown Dan Campbell. That's what you if you'd have missed it, you'd have crowned him to the oopsie doopsie of the week.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, it would have been. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. It would have been. Oopsie doopsie, man. Like, there's not really one that really sticks out to me. I feel like on either side, honestly. I feel like the Packers do what they had to do. I mean, they couldn't score a touchdown at the end. Lions iced the game. It's like there's not really like a glaring Packer I could give it to.
No.
There's not really a glaring Lion I could give it to.
No.
Do we just cancel the segment this week and say there's no oopsie doopsie? Like, it's just first time in show history after 5 years.
First time in show history, no oopsie doopsie.
I have something usually. I would give it to the line judge for getting hurt, but he came back. That was freaking sick. I have something usually. I mean, the broadcasters, I thought Herbstreit was great. I liked Herbstreit. Al Michaels, whatever, but Herbstreit was great. I have nothing. I don't know. Ford Field was electric.
It was.
The turf looked great. I can't give it to the turf. I can't give it to the stadium. Fan base showed up.
I got nothing.
I don't know. I usually could come up with something. There's usually something like the special teams coach, defensive coordinator, offense, something, right? Line judge, referee, stadium, fan, something.
No, everybody did their part today.
Our fans balled out too. You see the guy with the cheese grater or grating cheese? How the hell did he get that inside Ford Field? That was freaking awesome.
How did he get it in Ford Field?
I don't know. He had to stick that up his asshole or something and pull it out. And Amazon saw him and he started grating cheese on national television.
Did he have to go through a metal detector? Like how did he get that?
I actually have no idea. Where the hell did he stick that? I would not want to touch that cheese grater. I'm letting you know that right now. That's just probably that touched him.
That's the question. How did he get that in there?
I don't know, dude.
That's not allowed in stadiums.
Yeah, I heard they took it away from him.
They did. They probably saw it too. Like, hey, bring that shit over here.
I mean, dude, where are you gonna block a cheese from? He's just starting grating cheese. It was crazy. It's unbelievable. Wow. So I can't. I got nothing. I'm canceling it this week. Sorry. I'm disappointed.
Are you give it to the fan, the cheese grater, or
no? That was sick. It was awesome.
Oh shit! All right, so I guess ballers of the week. Shit, Pierre fucked me up. It used to just be one.
Nope.
Now he wants you to pick 3.
This one's not bad. You could come up with 3.
All right. Shit. Let's start off with You know what? So I'm gonna start off with Tim Patrick. I'm gonna give Tim Patrick one of the game balls. He deserves it. This is his first touchdown since 2021.
Yes.
And not only did he get 1, but he got 2 touchdowns. And he gave me a lot of Josh Reynolds vibes in this game. A lot of Josh Reynolds vibes, which is good shit. So he deserves it, and he gets one of the game balls. The next one, shit. I'm gonna give it to Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn deserves it because for the people he had out there today, my goodness, the people he had out there today, he was still able to generate pressure and so make this a very, very competitive game with this defense. So Aaron Glenn gets a game ball too. And then the last one, I would have to give it to. Jared Goff. Jared Goff gets the game ball. That's other than the wild ass interception he threw. I think it's really efficient, and he led us to victory today. So yeah, those are the 3 game balls.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, O'Connor maybe could get a little love, I think, but I'm okay with Goff getting over him.
I would have given it to O'Connor, but he did great, but didn't do anything stat wise.
That's fair.
He did everything that you want to see off the stats. That doesn't like really count as stats. But yeah, Jared Goff. I mean,
Dylan brought up Dylan brought up a good point, though. A little unnoticed, doesn't go in the stats either. Demo's pass blocking was huge in this game and on multiple occurrences.
Yeah.
Read the fuck out of these blitzes today.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys. A lot of guys stepped up, man. A lot of guys stepped up today.
Yeah. I'm still trying to think of an oopsie doopsie. I literally have nothing.
There is nobody. There's nobody. I mean,
there's got to be something that I'm missing. I don't know.
No, there's nothing. I mean, I can't think of anything.
Actually, I'll give it. I have one.
There's no way.
Yes. Fuck Tucker Kraft. He's the oopsie doopsie of the week.
But he got a touchdown.
I don't care. Fuck that guy.
And he had a pretty cool like ninja.
No. He said he was talking all that smack pregame.
He sure did.
Talking all that smack about our boy Curb. Did you see the video? Him and Curb got into it before the game?
No.
Okay.
They got to it before the game.
Well, Tucker ran away. Curb was all about it. Tucker ran away.
Well, duh.
Let me see if I can pull it. Could I share? Could we show the audience this by any chance, or how that work?
All right, you have to send it to me, and then I'll have to upload it on here. Or
okay, that sounds like too much work.
It sounds like a lot of work.
Let me see if I can just throw it on my phone. I think I saved it, and you guys can see for yourself.
It's gonna be all backwards.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's see how this looks. Did I bookmark this? I thought I bookmarked. Did I like it at least? Please tell me I liked it. I liked a lot of the guy cheese grating.
Let me see if I can find it.
It was good.
Are you sure?
It was good, man. It was worth it.
Is it on your page? Is it on your Twitter?
Oh, just search up Kirby Joe. All right, shout out to Easy, the first one I found it. All right, I'll retweet it right now for you, Malcolm.
Yeah, retweet it for me.
I'll retweet it just for you right now.
And then let me see if I can make this work.
I want you to see. I want to get a live reaction of you watching this bum Tucker Kraft talk all that smack. Let me pull up the quote that he said. So Tucker Kraft earlier in the week says he's taken some of my brothers. He's taken some of my brothers out of the game, and I think about that too. So if I get the chance to get my hands on him, playing football. Shut up, man. No, you are the oopsie of the week. Convince. F Tucker Kraft. F that dude. And he lost my bet. I bet his under today because I was so pissed at him, and he hit the over. So F Tucker
my
Kraft.
Goodness. I played it and it was like all in my ear.
No.
Wow. I'm trying to save this video.
If not, it's not a big deal, but we can end it there.
Yeah, I can. It's not letting me save it. So
okay, fair enough.
I was gonna save it and play it on here, and then see if we could roll with that, but it wasn't letting me save it.
Okay, that's no big deal. No big deal. All right, yeah. Oopsie, Tucker Kraft for being
he scored for not fighting Kirby Joseph.
Yeah,
not fighting.
Yep, for talking all that smack, and I don't know, man. He pissed me off. He pissed me off every time he caught the ball. He just pissed me off. I despise that dude.
Sure, yeah, I guess he's a oopsie doopsie.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This wasn't my best work this week. It wasn't my best work.
Yeah, I have nobody.
I didn't have anybody. I reached.
Reached.
Like I could usually reach and make it somewhat realistic. That was bad. I ain't gonna lie. That was a bad oopsie doopsie. But
I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is. All right. Hope you guys all enjoyed. We get a little break, so we'll see you guys next Wednesday for the Buffalo Bills pregame, and we'll be live here on Sunday, 4:25. So we'll be live around 3:00 ish probably. So you guys can come join us then, and we'll be live right after the game as well, right here on the X or YouTube, wherever you're watching right now. So hope you guys all enjoy your NFL Sunday, enjoy your weekend, and I'm out, guys. Peace.
It's your boy Malcolm, and I am out. Peace.